and welcome. Today we're going to give you an honest review of Astroneer, and that's it for the name of the game, just Astroneer. This can be a solo game or a multiplayer game, co-op, and there's servers. And the other thing in this game, it has little suits and stuff like that. This is a really kiddie style game for Survivor type of a game. It's got, the survivors' hats and masks and emotes and stuff like that. So they really went to heavy into trying to have multiple people playing this game, kind of like trying to make a Minecraft in space type of a deal. They failed at that, obviously. It's not going to be as good as Minecraft, and it's not, just because it's in space. But we can take a look at this game. Let's load her up and see there's no loading and multiple save files. It's just, you save and exit, and that is it. You have to save every time you exit, and it'll automatically save everything for whatever reason. But yeah, this is the game. A very cartoon-like little world right here. So you have a small little world, and then you have multiple worlds you can go to. You can build a little rocket ship and go to different planets in your solar system to mine specialized resources. So that's all you're doing in this game, is finding the resources, mining the special resources, and then you process them in a factory base type of thing. And you got your different technology, and this is what your base is going to sloppily look like at the start, while you're trying to get all your resources set together and get enough power to actually run everything, and oxygen. So this game is very heavily based on your power and your oxygen supply, and that's why the tethers are around here. So that's what they're called, these little tethers. The white lines, they provide power and oxygen to your suit, and when you're running around, you have to actually, you have to be connected and keep building tethers longer and longer distances to be able to farm the specialized resources in the different biomes that they have in there. And there's underground caves, so you have to go underground to build stuff. There's research you have to do, and a lot of farming and mining and stuff like that if you want to get the resources you need to be able to build stuff and store stuff and things like that. Just all that stuff that goes on with these type of games. It's very kiddie-like. The controls are really pain in the butt, and the setup is pretty much of the pain. All your resources are little blocks like this, and you don't get much. You have your whole 8 blocks in your backpack, and then you have a couple specialized slots you can stick in the sides. And you got your gun, which has different slots too for mods, so you can stick things on the side of your gun. You can stick resources on your side of your gun. It doesn't do anything. It just provides storage space. And same with the bottom down there in the sides. So you get different storage things and different things like that for your backpack, and you get little production thing, and then you get the little clip size in here to give you your quest and missions for your tutorials and stuff like that. And then you got your whole sloppily done, poorly designed research center basically right here. You got different sizes for different things for multiple functions, and then you have to navigate it with the buttons in here, and it only shows you 2 little things, small text. I can't read that, so I doubt you can read those things right there. It's just too small to read all these things, and they don't tell you exactly what some of these things functions do and what's wrong and where to build them. Like some of these things, like you can build it off this large area. Some of these things you unlock in here are built with a small one or a medium one or something like that. You don't have to build a large printer. It doesn't really tell you where things need to be built, so you have to search different locations for all of them. So you're going to have to search your backpack here and search which little things you can make with your small one, and which is, this is basically a small printer too, and then you got to build different things on here and then navigate that. And this is like the only way to do it, is one little button. You can see one thing at a time. There's no other quick way to navigate this. There's no list. It's just one thing, and then you can navigate it. That is a poorly designed menu system. That's just sloppy as hell. And then you have to go to your medium one and do the same thing over again and go through the different things and stuff like that. So who knows how this stuff is supposed to be organized in any way. It's just not. I don't know what they're trying to do. And then you have to go to your large printer and so on to build your different buildings that you can build. And some of the things don't even show up. Like I got a scrapper I can try and build, but I don't have the resources to build it, but I still can't see where to build it. And I have lots of scrap resources everywhere. You find scrap right away, and they don't tell you exactly what you can actually do to get it and stuff like that. So maybe something's just wrong with my game or something like that. It's just not as easy. Everything stays on the ground in this game, and you just run around, collect the resources, and you gotta worry about your tethered lines the whole time and stuff like that. So if you run out of oxygen, you'll die. There's no bosses or things to kill. There's like caves you can go and explore and stuff like that. So let's go down there and check a cave before we end this. But overall, this game is just basically a very basic game going on here. It's going to take forever to do stuff. You got vehicles and stuff like that, which are limiting. Based on terrain and the way they're going to move and stuff like that. But if you fall down too much, you're going to die. At least you can slide down there, so that's kind of neat. But yeah, it's kind of wonky on the movements and a little bit slow. And then you got to explore these caves for the resources and mine them. And then you got to run back and forth. So there's lots of running back and forth and mining and stuff like that, and multiple levels of these caves, of course. As you can go down farther, deeper and deeper, and find resources and take damage while you're doing it, and so on and so on. Yeah, I might take some damage. Ooh, yeah, I don't know where my hit points are, but yeah, I might get up and die. But yeah, just farm the resources like so. You know, you can find stuff like this. It's buried in the ground, and it's just easy to do that. And you can always, level off your terrain too. It's really easy to do stuff like that. Actually, that's a farming thing too. So you can level off your terrain anywhere you want. You can build anything you want in your terrain. It's very easy to build and stuff like that, and it's not too hard to manage. There goes my oxygen tether line. It fell down, and it keeps on going. You got a long range, you can pick stuff up. But yeah, this is the tether. It's pretty easy to navigate. See, there you go. It's not that hard. It gives you power and stuff like that. You need power for your mining stuff also. And there's little research nodes you're going to find like that. They respawn. Lots of these resources. Some of these resources respawn. Some of them won't, depending on what you build. But these things do. So that's a good place not to destroy them if you don't have to, just to get free research points. But yeah, you're basically exploring the whole underground like this to find resources, to mine your specialized resources, and going to different biomes and doing the same thing, traveling far away. So there's the other important resources here, and I can pick that up, take that with me. There's one over there too. I left, I didn't have enough room. But yeah, there's lots of stuff to mine, lots of places to explore, and things to do in this game. Yeah, I needed power. I forgot about that. But yeah, overall, this game is, it's done, it's polished. It's too kiddie for me on the cartoony graphics type of a thing, and the menu system and navigating it is really horrible, I think. It's just, one little, the options on here to navigate your stuff is like, there's no list, you can't read anything. They could have done that. It wouldn't have killed the game at all to make a bigger list and actually see your menu options, besides wasting your time navigating through all this stuff. It takes way too much time to navigate and see what you're actually trying to build, and going through different sizes of your printers and stuff like that. It just wasted too much time, and you have to wait. You have to spend a lot of time building pathways and stuff like that, and there's the train system you can build too. So there's just a lot of stuff you have to do, and to even get that far, you have to go to different planets and stuff, and be able to have multiple bases, and it's just going to take a lot of time for the simple tasks, which you might not want to spend on, but it might be rewarding to make a nice good path roadway to some other base and some other biome on the map, and build your stuff and build your factory up, so you have a big factory system going that you can eventually get to. There's automated stuff you can do with automated arms. These factories are pretty neat. Even anything that you can build stuff on just will automatically take resources from one place and put it on another. If I wanted to, make a carbon, basically, you stick it into my furnace. I can stick it on that side. It automatically puts it into the furnace. And then when it's done, it'll stick it over to here, and then you can automate it further, type of a thing, with other productions line later on. You have to play the game a lot longer and build a whole bunch of bigger bases and stuff like that. And to get progress and stuff like that, but progress is slow. It's painful, just because it takes all your time, and you got to try and find stuff where you have no idea where it is. You basically have to look stuff up. You got to find out where the different resources are going to be, because there's no clue on where they are, and exploring blindly might not be a good thing to do for yourself. But yeah, just a lot of time spent placing down these tethers to get oxygen and things like that. But overall, it's a neat game. Graphics wise, they weren't trying, I guess. But yeah, it's polished, it's done, it works. You're going to build a factory system. You got vehicles that work. If the vehicles tip over and stuff like that, they can be flipped over. It's nice. You got little neat things in here, I guess, to get you a little monkey ball type of a deal going on that you can travel in. Lots of the stuff in the game doesn't make sense because the monkey ball has free oxygen for you. I don't something a little bonus for finding it, I guess, and getting one. But yeah, you're gonna find your different resources and stuff like that, and things like that. There's just tons of scrap areas and broken backpacks all over the place, but you can't really do very much with them until you're way later on. You can actually unlock them. Oh, that was a respawn of dynamite. Dynamite is going to take a while to get, so let's not ignore that. I know you're not going to play this game, but I might as well pick up some dynamite while I'm here. Might as well. If you can pick up some of these resources you can't really pick up, they attach to stuff, so that's kind of neat. You got to actually dismantle it. like so. Got to free it up, and then you can stick this debris on top of that. And then if you have to move this, you can move the whole thing around as you got to run back to your base type of a thing. But yeah, stay inside the monkey ball type of a thing. I can't really click on stuff, can I? No. So it's just a way to travel. Just something you can do in this game. I wanted to show you before we go. And there's just, tons of mining resources that you mine don't need, just stay there type of thing. Because there's, storage is a pain in the ass in this game. You have very limited storage, as you might have seen, the little backpack right there that you have. Limited 8 slots on your backpack for resources. Your storage units take forever to build. These small little things that take a while to build. And then you only have so many, you only stick little 8 things on one of these little things right there. And you have lots of stuff that you're going to need for later on. It's just going to take a lot of time and space and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty neat. Overall, this game is just okay because, it's like a 5 out of 10 game, basically. You've got nothing better to do. You might as well play it because it's still, a survival-style game that has your own factory building and you can build your own things and stuff like that. You can even make your stuff taller if you want. It doesn't hurt. So, but it's not much for block building. It's just expanding. So you can make things like that if you want. And make it in any shape that you feel like, the typical Minecraft stuff that you can do. But yeah, it's gonna be harder to get on top there now. But yeah, you get the idea of what you can do and build. Overall, it's pretty small. It's like a little Asian monument. But anyway, sorry. But yeah, overall, 5 out of 10. It's an okay game. It's just not that great for moving around and navigating the menu system and stuff like that. But it has an interesting function. It's more for kids, I guess. It's more of a kiddie game. So new players to survivals, factory building games can have waste a lot of time in there, with their buddies or whatever, so they can do their emotes and their silly little hats and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. It's a Mac 5 out of 10. Play it if you want, don't if you don't want to. It's just okay. Things you can do, things you can't do. So that is it for now, and thanks for watching.